There's a few phrases that people can say to genuine people and to narcissistic people. And as much as genuine people might potentially pause for thought or for a moment be a little bit offended and then get the clarity, then get the understanding, with a narcissistic individual, they're running from similar criteria. They feel entitled to have their needs met. They lack the empathy to care. So they don't reflect, they don't gain that insight, they don't gain the understanding. So when a narcissistic individual asks you for something and you're, oh, I'm sorry, I can't help right now, I'm busy, perhaps tomorrow, when you say no to them, this triggers them because they believe that they're entitled and that they're important and that you should just drop everything to serve them. They get offended and they often seek to punish you. They might say things like, oh, well, if that's more important to you than I am, if they're more important to you than I am, they're going to turn on that manipulation to guilt trip you to get their needs met by you. Or they can potentially go all out to charm you, to try and win you over. Not everybody likes the word no. It depends on the context of the situation. When you ask someone, what do you love about me? Now, a genuine person might pause and then start talking about your qualities, your laughter, your personality. With a narcissistic individual, if they do answer the question, they're going to talk about the things you do for them, how you serve them. Or they might just say, don't you know I love you? With a narcissistic individual, the past never gets resolved with them. Now, we can have things happen and we might bring up the past, and a genuine person might go over that ground with you to make sure that everything is covered and sorted. With a narcissistic individual, not only does the things in the past never get resolved, but they bring the pain of your past into the present. And when you bring it up in the present, they then turn around and say, why do you have to bring up the past? Get over it already. You've got trust issues. We've already spoke about this. They haven't. You can ask to speak about something when they wake up and, oh, I need to get ready, we'll speak about it later. Later on, oh, I need to go and do this, we'll speak about it later. Do we have to talk about this now? It's late, can't we talk about this tomorrow? And they put it off and put it off and put it off. And in their head, they believe they've discussed it when it hasn't been discussed. Ask a narcissistic individual who they are. They get incredibly offended, usually because they're mimicking other people. Now, someone can ask you who you are, and you can pause for thought and sort of think, well, actually, yeah, who am I? What do I enjoy? What kind of a person am I? But you reflect on it. Narcissistic individuals don't want to think too deeply on this. When you give them an opinion that doesn't align with their own, they will turn around and claim that they don't need your opinions. Or to create an argument, they might ask for your opinion knowing that it will be different, so they can purposefully get offended and then fall silent on you. You can just ask a narcissist why they constantly blame all others. Why don't they take responsibility? And they get offended because they believe that they're the victim in the reality that they created. They're very woe is me, it's always somebody else's fault. Now, a narcissistic individual might turn around and say to you, not everything is about you, when you stand your ground, when you've said no to them. However, if you turn around to a narcissist and say, not everything is about you, they get incredibly offended because they believe it is. They believe they're the most important person and you should respect them and you should do as they say and not as they do.